Christmas tonight, you better run, boy. You better run for your life.
That's pretty much my family in a nutshell. This is going to be my first Christmas pretty much knowing you guys on YouTube, Horror Nation. The Horror Nation for sure. What does the other guy like to call it? The horror realm of YouTube. That's pretty good too. But yeah, there goes the music. I love that. That's my favorite Christmas song. Don't get me wrong, I love all the sappy older Christmas songs, like the slower ones, but this is my favorite. Come on. I'm a headbanger. So what I'm doing here is a video to see what you watch at Christmas time in the Christmas horror. I want to know what everybody watches for Christmas or leading up to Christmas. That's what I'm going to be doing leading up to it. I usually do about 5 days of Christmas horror because it's not like a big genre. There's some great movies though, and I think I pretty much watch all the great ones of it. But usually this is what I watch. Like I watch one a night for 5 nights until Christmas Day, and I got the 2 bad boys that I watch every single Christmas, along with all the other Christmas movies. But this is for the horror movies, and I would just want to know what everybody does, like how they watch the horror movies, if they watch them all on Christmas Day or all the Christmas horror. But leading up to it, the first one I watch both. I watched the Tales from the Crypt, the original one from 1972, I think, 1973. There's an episode on there. I can't remember the name of it. There was like a bunch of stories for the Tales from the Crypt movie, right? So this is one of them, and I'll try and get a picture of it up. So that's usually the first of the 5 days. What I do is I watch, the first night I watch that one story from Tales from the Crypt, and the actual story that was done for the TV series. The same story, just that it was done for the TV series in the 1980s. And I actually like that one better. I love that Tales from the Crypt, obviously, from 1973, 72, whatever it was. But the updated version from 1980s, it was the 80s. Like the second night, like the 20th, that would have been the 20th, so the 21st I watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Not the first one. That's coming. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Carpet Day!
As he said, it's Garbage Day. Probably the craziest Christmas horror movie of them all. Like, the crazy in a way, like it's so cheesy, the one-liners, and just everything to that movie is crazy. The third night is right here. try and cover the other ones so you don't, well, you're gonna see it anyways. But that's the Silent Night, Bloody Night. It's a double feature. I don't want to show the other one yet. Silent Night, Bloody Night is on the third night. That's pretty good. Third night. Fourth night is when the classics start to come in. And this is the bad boy of bad boys. One of them, anyways. So this is the fourth night, Black Christmas. The classic. The calls are coming from inside the house. I'm telling you. Billy. That's it. It's Billy. This is just an awesome movie. And it's Canadian made. I'll acknowledge the remake, only to acknowledge it. That was terrible. The remake actually pissed me off of this. And if anyone likes it, I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but I thought it was one of the worst movies ever made. Anyway, that's for the fourth night, Black Christmas, and double up on your bad boys here. We'll show this one first. This was the other movie in the double feature. Christmas Evil at the top there. This, it's also known as You Better Watch Out. So, yeah, that's, I don't know where, I guess outside of North America, maybe that's what it's called. You Better Watch Out. Not just one of my favorite Christmas horrors, but one of my favorite horror movies of all time. That could go for Black Christmas too, actually. But this is so, the actor, I think I showed him at the start laughing and pulling on his beard, and that actor right there, you can see him, he is unbelievable as the nutcase in that movie that thinks he's Santa Claus. Like, that's one of the greatest performances in horror movie history, if you ask me. I don't know if anyone agrees, but I think it is. I watch these two on Christmas Day every year, since I first saw them, which was like 20 years ago, so it's been a long time. Everyone knows this, Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is my favorite, one of my favorite horror movies of all time too, and of course my favorite Christmas horror. And there's another Billy, two Billies, Black Christmas and Silent Night, Deadly Night. If you don't know the story to this, I might as well just say you better watch it. You better watch out. I don't know. Got 20 days till Christmas. Merry Christmas to the Horror Nation. Rock y'all later.
It's over! Time to get shit-faced!